Hello everyone, this is Real Talk with Matthew, and I got Kari on here today.
Hi.
I met her some years ago from like a church group or something. And
Is that what it was?
it was in a church building.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I had a very unpleasant experience with the at the unemployment office the other day. They sit there and deny me. They did away with my position at the hospital, so I no longer work there because they said they wasn't going to carry an executive chef anymore. They was going to put a lesser position in charge or whatever they was going to do. Anyway, it's been like a month, and I finally go up there. I filed unemployment 2 weeks after that, and they sent me paperwork saying that that I was denied or something. So I go up there in person to talk to them yesterday. The lady gets rude and hateful with me, telling me that she didn't take care of none of that stuff. That wasn't her job.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then I told her, I said, I'm not leaving here till you take care of this.
Yeah.
Let me speak to your manager. Yeah. I am the manager, what she says. So I'm like, well, let me get corporate's number. She denied me corporate's number, said there isn't no corporate number, which I know she's not the end-all, say-all. So luckily there was an ex-military guy and an older black man there, and they got into her butt about it, and then I started crying.
Yeah.
I started crying because, like, hey, you know.
Matthew is an emotional man. I love that. Ladies, he's single.
It was to the point where she was being so nasty and hateful with me. All I was trying to do is get what I paid taxes for my whole life.
Yeah.
And I said, well, you know, lady, the Mexicans are crossing the border, and y'all getting them $5,000 to do that. Y'all giving them EBT cards, you're doing all this stuff, but you're not going to let me as a U.S. citizen get what's owed to me. And then finally some lady from back came and helped me.
Yeah. Well, I don't know nothing about nothing, but I do know Matthew is a hard worker, and I do know that he is not any kind of government scammer. So if he's asking for assistance, it's because he deserves it and probably needs it, right?
Yeah, man. You know,
hard times in America.
It's only $250 a week.
Yeah.
And they're acting like that's gonna kill me. I've done pay way more in taxes.
Wouldn't you love to see a politician survive on $250 a week?
Yeah, I've been working since I've been 15 years old, and I've only used unemployment one time for 3 weeks during COVID. Even when I could have wrote it out during COVID, and I didn't.
A lot of people did.
Matthew went back to work because I was making probably more money on the unemployment than I was working 60 hours a week down there on the beach.
Yeah, I didn't lose any funds due to COVID either. Everyone was wanting to work around here. We live in Alabama.
Yeah. So I went back to work when they called me to work. I could have said I was scared or whatever else and stayed on that stuff and drew it out for 2 years. I know a guy drew it out for 2 years. He stayed in a bunker out here in the woods.
Yeah.
Eating beans and rice and wouldn't leave the house.
I'm a little upset at the hospital because this is where this all begins. Matthew is like, well, I think I told you it was kind of weird, but we went out to dinner or something, and I think I was like, you should try to find like a position where you can really show off your skills. Because, by the way, I just walked into Matthew's house, and he's got this amazing chocolate bundt cake. Oh my God, it tastes so good. But he can cook, so I just feel like the hospital wasn't like, you know, showcasing that enough to begin with, and then it was crazy because they just eliminate the position. They don't care about the nutrition, I don't think.
I don't know what the deal was with it. It sort of shocked me because they're getting.
How long were you there?
2.5 years.
Yeah.
And like I brought them from 20th place to number 1.
Yeah.
Top 5 in every category I could be in 87 hospitals, by the way.
Yeah.
So it just shocked me, you know. I know my boss never did like me. So I don't know why, but he just never did like me.
I just think it also speaks for employment in America. Like I feel I'm an unemployed girlie, but I feel like, you know, I don't like to work for people because they just take advantage of you. They use your time, you give your all, and then what do you get at the end? They eliminate your position. Like that's how, and I've seen it happen to so many people. I know another guy, 6 years, he gave 7 years probably to this company. 24/7. I watched the man in the middle of cooking Thanksgiving dinner go to work. You know what I mean? And boom, fired, done. For what? Like, I think they're doing a big restructuring of like finances.
They're just trying to save $25,000 a year on the salary.
Yeah.
But you know, you could end up losing more than that in food costs because that person doesn't stay in the kitchen. Was an assistant director or something.
Yeah, corporate clowns. They don't pay much attention.
No, right? And then the dating world. The dating world is just terrible.
I would never even try to date right now for real. Seriously, would you?
I don't know. I've tried, man. It's just like, man, these people. They, you know, you get to being good with somebody, and then it's like they just change up on you for no reason at all.
Trash.
Or they gotta go see what's better. Like it's like, you know, there's always something better.
Yeah.
This one's got more money, or this one looks a little better, or all this. But like at the end of the day, you end up. I feel like they lose out on good people for just trying to jump around so much. It's like, I don't know. I wish I was back in the 40s or 50s when people actually dated, and they didn't have this thing right here. This thing right here,
yeah.
It's got these little apps on it, and people just jump around and having sex with everybody they want to have sex with.
Matthew and I have an interesting friendship because we're both kind of on that page. We don't understand like why people are just so quick to jump ship and be, you know, disloyal. I don't know. I just think there's a lot of trash out there, a lot of bruised egos, a lot of narcissists, a lot of snakes. And I think when you're like a real light and like a shining spirit, people like that really hate it and they want to bring you down. I think so. I think so.
I know. It's just, you know, it makes me sick to my stomach seeing what goes on in the world today, because it wasn't intended for us to be that way. That's not the way God intended. You know, I'm not trying to get religious on this show, but like, it's just really not the way He intended it for the things to be, for us to have just multiple sex partners. And a lot of this, I think, a lot of this is. You might get mad at me for saying this, but women do like to have like multiple guys so they can pay different bills and stuff, and they're able to do that.
Sprinkle, sprinkle.
They're able to do that today.
Fact. Big fact. I don't know. I think women have been scorned by men for so long. I think they're starting to reframe a man. And yeah, I think women are kind of starting to use a little bit of a man's game, where it's like use or be used. You know, and I'm not saying that it's right for either party, but in my experience, you know, there's a lot of men out there who are married and, you know, scheming around and yada, yada, yada. So then that opens a window for the other woman to say, you know, hey, you're going to take care of X, Y, Z for me. And, you know, she can do that with several people. I say more power to her, honestly, but.
It's just disgusting to me to think about a woman using 5 or 6 different men, and then some of the men don't even know what's going on. Some men do know what's going on. And then, because I've been a part of something like that before, that I knew something was going on that wasn't right, but it was like, because I was truly in love with that person and just trying to make that shit work.
Oh, yeah. No, I've been in that situation too, and I think, you know, people who are willing to be in multiple relationship situations, that should be a big red flag just to begin with. I think for me, when I was in that situation where I was the other woman or whatever, I think I felt like the person made me feel like adored or special or desirable, you know, and that, I look back on that experience, I don't think I was actually, the longer I'm away from this experience, I don't think I was actually in love with this person. I think I was more in love with the feeling this person invoked, right? So like I said, I enjoyed being felt like desirable, or like, you know, it was almost fun to be like a secret for a little while, you know? But then on the other side of that, there's a lot of loneliness. It doesn't feel good. It does tear up your self-esteem. And ultimately, you know, today I would never be the other woman, because I know that it's a fake illusion, right? Like, it's fun at first, and then you just feel like shit about yourself. So
I don't know. It's just it's hard. It really is, and it's like people ghost you sometimes. Everything will be sort of going good. I don't understand. Everything will be sort of going good up until some point, and they just ignore you. Like for no reason. Like, you didn't get in no fight. You didn't get in no kind of argument. Everything was going good. I mean, everything was going smooth. I mean, this has been a few different situations I've been in, even ones that maybe I wasn't even like really dating, but sort of talking to or whatever. It's like everything's going good. Everything's supposed to be set up to do something, and boom,
Done.
it's like crickets are chirping, and they've just went to like Mars or something, and like just left this atmosphere.
I think we just live in a world of swipe right, swipe left, you know, and I do think people are shopping around when they're dating. I don't think they're, you know, just talking to one person on Tinder or anything like that, which I seriously open that app to laugh. Like, it's funny on
I've
there.
got a whole bunch of robots. Not on that particular that.
I wish robots would contact me.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of robots on these dating sites. You can tell they're robots the way they respond. Like there's no, it's like AI.
Let's talk about what automatically constitutes you to not click on somebody's Tinder. So if you're not verified on Tinder, if you don't have the little blue check, if you didn't take the 5 seconds to take a picture of yourself, I'm not gonna talk to you. If you're a dad, that's great, but do not lead with single dad of 3. They are my world. Like no woman wants.
I ain't got no kids.
No woman wants that.
I got 0 kids.
It's good that you're a good dad. Put that on there, but maybe one of the last things you say, or save it for the date. What's another way you would? Oh, if your pictures are like heavily filtered, if they're all filtered, that's
I don't filter nothing.
Yeah.
It looks goofy. I mean, them things. You'll see a pretty woman that filters, and they look like a cartoon clown.
Yeah. It's like, we know that's not you.
We know it's not you.
And honestly, a filter for me says more like, I'm just not confident in who I am, right? Like, we all have imperfections. Nobody is perfect. Like, come on, you know? It's like, and by the way, most of the people that I see are in their 30s, 40s, 50s. Like, don't, really? You're still that insecure? Come on.
I felt good today because I ran into a dude the same age as me, and he looked way older than me. And then I ran into a girl that I knew that is like 3 years younger than me, but she looks like 3 years older than me.
Yeah.
So I guess I feel like I'm aging pretty good because I'm watching other people around me.
Yeah.
So I'm blessed with that.
Speaking of aging, I have to do a shameless plug for my friend Jason. He has this crazy. Well, I went to California recently and spent some time with my friend Jason, and he's like sort of a health and wellness kind of guru guy, but he's aging backwards as well. So I don't know. I don't know how to plug him other than that. Maybe Matthew and I can figure it out and put it in the description. But he does some cool things, and yeah, you could learn a lot if you wanted to. Matthew has lost a ton of weight.
Yeah, and I put a little bit of it back on. I just need to change up something. I don't know. I think a lot of it was some emotional stuff, and then I don't know, stress. I've been on a lot of stress. Like the last 6 months has just been really stressful because I sort of almost knew this was coming because the way that my boss was treating me.
Mm-hmm.
I already knew that he was plotting because he's an evil man. He's seen the light of Jesus coming off me, and like some people can't stand that.
That's what I said earlier in the video. Like, and you might, you know, Matthew's religious. I'm maybe more spiritual than religious, but I agree. Like, if you are a light source, you know, and negative people are around that, it bothers them big time.
It eats them alive. It eats them alive. They cannot stand it.
They hate it. And actually, you know, if I were to be a little religious, I guess I would favor on the side of like referring to the devil, because I feel like the devil is the one that's always trying to get, you know, bring you down, bring you down, bring you down. And he works so hard to do it, you know? Just, I've started to see that personally in my own life.
Well, God does allow the devil to, though. I know this wasn't the thing, but the book of Job, it talks about.
We have to, yeah, we get on another episode. Matthew's got all kinds of channels.
Yeah, well, the book of Job does, where Jesus and the devil communicates. The devil actually will go back up to heaven and communicate with God about picking on this guy. He like killed his whole family. Killed his whole family, took everything he had, and then he had bulls and swords on him, and
the Bible is so very
trying to get Job to curse God.
Yeah.
And Job wouldn't, so then God gave him back 10 times, like something like 10 times what he had before.
Yeah.
Because he wouldn't curse God. So like God So they still communicate from what I read.
Yeah.
Them two still work together, and the devil does attack me. I was riding down the road.
Have you ever heard of Armand?
Uh,
The devil Armand?
uh,
I don't know. I don't know much about it, so I'm not going to speak about it. But I know Matthew kind of knows his religious figures, and this was a devil, I guess, that I was just introduced to. I guess Armand is like trying to trap you of this world. And when I think of that, I think of like social media. I think of, just like giving into consumption right now. You know what I mean? Like you were saying, people ghost you. Well, it's because they ghost you because they're talking to 5 other people.
well, it's even friends. It's not even like the opposite sex so much. It's even like friends. It's like
I think people have.
And then sometimes you got friends that's the opposite sex that does it mess, and it don't make sense.
I just think you have people have so much going on, right? Like everyone is, I think, really stressed out. Like
Yeah, but you read a text message, like I can see when somebody reads my shit. So y'all know I can see when you open a text message. So don't open the damn text message and don't respond to it.
Well, yeah, that is frustrating.
It is
Especially
frustrating.
if you're close with somebody. Now, like there's times like
I mean, it's different if I'm not actually like real close friends
Right.
with you, but like these are real close friends that does this shit to me.
I'm probably guilty. But a lot of times, in my defense, like if I open a text from somebody and it's like a YouTube video, Matthew sends me his video.
No.
Sometimes I won't, be in a position to respond.
That's not even a response thing.
Right.
But it's like, hey, something, something of substance. Like there should be a response. Like you open it so you can respond. It's a lot of times just yes or no.
It's just common decency.
It's a damn yes
It's
or no
just
question.
common decency, folks. But nobody has that anymore. It's a dying art. Like Matthew said, if you feel like you need to be born in the 40s or 50s to even. My thing is this: honesty. Like just be honest. Like if you're not feeling it, I'm not feeling it. I gotta go. Like or hey, the reason I'm being cold towards you is maybe you said something and it miffed me, or my thing is I had a situation in my life where a lot of people were doing a lot of speculating. That's a nice way to put it, right?
Yeah.
People would talk behind.
Oh, because they called me asking me questions about you, and I was like, I don't know. She sounded like she's all right. That's all I couldn't really say nothing.
But
more
here's my point to that. It's like, call me, right? Call me. These people have my phone number. I'm hearing things from people. I'm thinking I'm
they called
my
me.
people.
There's about 4 or 5 people called me
And
about
it's
you.
so frustrating. And I've done a lot of healing and things like that, and I've really just kind of isolated because it's like when you have that many speculators around you, right? Like it just gets loud, and people don't realize like how hurtful that actually is at the end of the day. And honestly, I gotta pat my little self on the back because I walk into rooms all the time where I know people have said bad things about me, completely false and untrue things, and then they still don't ask me, and they'll still smile in your face and act like your friend. But with friends like that.
So that little girl, I got her on some shorts, and she hit 10,000 views.
The dog?
Yeah, the dog.
Oh,
She's getting more views than I am.
Well, let's put my shorts on you. Okay? Let's do it.
That's Sonya.
Sonya, come on up. You want to say something?
She's been missing her
You got
mama.
something to say? I'm not the mama, by the way.
No, she's missing Angel. Angel's been. I left her because I was going back and forth. Man, it was so stressful looking for this work, and I finally got some work lined up. I'm not going to say where it's at, but I went all the way from Orange Beach, Gulf Shores, Pensacola, Mobile, Birmingham, Huntsville, Jasper.
And Matthew's moving, or trying to move, and I'm very sad about this.
Yeah, I've got my house up for sale, and I'm hoping to. I'd like to be in Warrior, Alabama is where I like to be at.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'd like to be at. That's sort of in the middle between Birmingham and Birmingham and Coleman, and that's a nice little spot to be for what I do. There's 2 big cities,
Yeah.
so it's like 30 minutes each way around that neighborhood.
I am not excited about him moving. Matthew is like a brother to me. And yeah, I'm going to be sad when you go. Matthew really is kind of one of these people right now for me that I feel like, and I'm talking about you like you're not in the room, but like I trust Matthew. And I was actually telling a friend on the way here, I was like, Matthew is just an inherently good person because you don't tear others down. I wanted to hear something from him so bad. He had some gossip or something. He would not tell me. Like, he was so tight-lipped. He's just like a good person, so I feel comfortable telling him things for that reason. It's like he doesn't spill the tea, and yeah. You're going to be missed around here, Matthew. Don't go.
I don't know.
Don't go.
So Sonya just had to get back in the video, looks like.
Yeah. Get us some views, Sonya.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Little tongue in the mouth. Little tongue in the mouth.
She loves it.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I don't know, you got anything else?
I mean, I just want you to be happy and successful, so...
So anybody watching this that like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
I need roughly, man, I've been getting subscribers here lately. I've got about 40 in the last, since I did the video with her.
Yeah.
She got me about 40 new subscribers.
Heck yeah.
So hopefully I can get up to 500 soon. I mean, I'm still not there.
Subscribe, share, say friends. Do you want to be a nice friend today? Subscribe to my friend Matthew.
I did. I've started a shorter cooking video called Kitchen Tips.
And he can cook.
So I went and picked some blackberries on the front yard, and I did a blackberry compote. I'm waiting on it to cool off, and I got to finish that video as soon as that's cooled off.
Yeah.
But
Matthew walks in with, like, what was that one time at the potluck thing? It was like some sort of cake, and it had some sort of yellow frosting on top of it.
I did some banana bread one time.
And then the only reason he didn't win in the gumbo cook-off, it was because politics, I believe. But oh my God, this gumbo he made.
Well, I got
people's choice.
I got people's choice,
of course, because it was amazing. But what else have I eaten of yours?
You don't eat too much.
I don't eat too much. I did eat the hell out of that pound cake when I got here, though. I'm gonna have another piece too.
All right. Well, I guess that's about it. Thank you, and God bless everybody.
Bye. Thanks for letting me be on your show, Matthew.